Welcome back to Descript with Henry, where we decode financial trends and give you clarity on what's shaping the world of investing. I'm your host, Lisa, and today's topic is one that's stirring up serious debate. President Donald Trump and his growing involvement in the crypto space. Is Trump pro-crypto? Is he just riding a wave? And more importantly, how might his policies and public stance influence the crypto market now that he's officially returned to the White House in 2025? Joining me is Henry. Welcome back, Henry. I know this is a hot one. So let's start with a broad one. Trump didn't always seem like a crypto supporter. In fact, back in 2019 and 2020, he was openly critical of Bitcoin. What's changed?
Hey Lisa, glad to be here. And you're right, Trump and crypto in one sentence is guaranteed to turn heads. Exactly, Lisa. Back in 2019, Trump tweeted that he was not a fan of Bitcoin, calling it highly volatile and based on thin air. But that was then. Since 2024 and now fully in 2025 as president again, we've seen a significant shift. He's now positioning himself as the crypto president, even saying things like, if you like crypto, you better vote for Trump. This change isn't random. It reflects the rising importance of digital assets in American politics, particularly with younger voters and libertarian-leaning groups. Trump is trying to court this demographic, especially as Biden's previous administration had taken a more regulatory, enforcement-heavy approach to crypto.
That brings me to regulation. Biden's team, especially with the SEC under Gary Gensler, took a strict stance. Now that Trump is back, do we expect a deregulation wave? What's the potential impact on crypto policy?
Good question. With Trump back in office, we can already see a shift toward a more lenient approach to crypto regulation. He's promised to stop what he calls the war on crypto. That might mean fewer SEC lawsuits, faster approvals for Bitcoin ETFs, or more pro-business interpretations of crypto classifications, like not considering certain tokens securities. Now, this doesn't mean zero regulation, but under Trump, there's clearly a tilt toward encouraging innovation over enforcement.
That sounds bullish for the market. Have we seen any immediate market reaction to Trump's recent policies or public comments?
Yes, actually. After his recent inauguration speech in January 2025, where he reaffirmed his support for crypto innovation, Bitcoin jumped nearly 8% in 24 hours. Also, meme coins like MAGA coin or Trump coin, tokens trading off his persona, have seen wild swings and speculative pumps. But we should be cautious. Speculation around political figures can drive hype, but it doesn't mean sustainable growth. Traders need to look at fundamentals and not just political soundbites.
Speaking of fundamentals, let's talk about Trump's influence on broader financial policy. For instance, inflation, the Fed, and fiscal stimulus. How might those play into the crypto narrative?
Excellent point. Trump's second term is expected to include renewed tax cuts and possibly large infrastructure or stimulus packages. That could reignite inflation fears. And we know Bitcoin is often viewed as a hedge against inflation. So more inflationary policy might increase demand for decentralized assets. Also, Trump has previously pressured the Fed to lower interest rates. If that pressure returns and rates drop, risk assets like crypto might benefit.
So you're saying Trump's broader economic stance, not just his direct crypto statements, could significantly impact the market?
Exactly. Crypto doesn't exist in a vacuum. It's affected by macroeconomic policies, interest rates, and fiscal dynamics. If Trump's policies fuel economic uncertainty or dollar debasement, crypto may benefit as an alternative asset.
Let's address the elephant in the room. Trump is a polarizing figure. Could his association with crypto damage its mainstream credibility?
That's a real concern. Some institutional investors are wary of Trump. If crypto becomes overly politicized, it may alienate investors who don't want to be associated with that ideology. In other words, tying crypto's fate too closely to any single politician, even a sitting president, could backfire. However, from another angle, Trump's involvement might help normalize crypto politically. If it becomes a bipartisan issue, something both parties eventually recognize as important, That could benefit the space in the long run.
So if I'm an investor or someone just watching from the sidelines, what are some key Trump-related crypto indicators I should be paying attention to?
Great question. Here are a few. 1. Trump's campaign and political donations in crypto. With him now in power, look for whether political contributions continue being accepted in Bitcoin or stablecoins. 2. Cabinet and agency appointments. Watch who he installs at the SEC, CFTC, and Treasury. If they're crypto friendly, expect policy shifts. 3. Executive orders. Any action to reverse past enforcement or promote blockchain innovation could move markets. 4. Market reaction to Trump policies and speeches. If crypto rallies on his announcements, it's a clear signal of market sentiment. 5. International stance. Whether he pressures allies to match U.S. crypto openness.
Let's pivot a bit to the global stage. How will Trump's presidency affect international crypto regulation, especially with China or Europe leading their own initiatives?
Under Trump, we'll likely see more emphasis on U.S. competitiveness. He doesn't want American companies falling behind in blockchain tech. Expect efforts to keep crypto jobs and exchanges on U.S. soil. As for China, Trump remains confrontational. He may use crypto as part of a broader digital economic strategy, promoting American digital assets as counterweights to things like China's digital yuan.
Wow. So this could go beyond investing and become a matter of digital geopolitics?
Absolutely. Trump has always framed economic issues in nationalist terms. He could very well present crypto as part of a financial freedom narrative versus centralized control from abroad. He may even push for a digital dollar driven by the private sector, creating competition for CBDCs from other nations.
Let's zoom out for a second. Whether someone supports Trump or not, what's the practical takeaway here? How should the average crypto investor think about this?
Stay informed, but don't trade purely on politics. It's tempting to jump into the market after a pro-crypto Trump announcement. But remember, markets are forward-looking. Smart investors build a thesis, diversify, and plan for multiple outcomes. Also, prepare for volatility. Political uncertainty, especially around Trump, can move markets in both directions. Always have an exit strategy. And perhaps most importantly, separate the hype from the actual policy.
Before we wrap up, let's recap some key points. 1. Trump's stance on crypto has evolved from skeptic to active supporter in his second term. 2. His administration is pushing for lighter regulation and innovation-friendly policies. 3. Broader Trump-era economic strategies could benefit crypto indirectly. 4. Tying crypto too tightly to one political identity has risks. 5. Investors should watch for appointments, executive actions, and global responses. 6. The U.S. could become a global crypto leader or politicize the industry too much. You heard it here on Descript with Henry. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this episode if you found it helpful. We'll be back with more timely insights soon. See you next time.